Hello, listeners, and welcome back to another edition of Matt Goes to the Movies. This recording is a little bit of a, I guess you would say maybe passion episode, so to speak. Today's episode doesn't involve reviewing a particular movie, but it involves talking about trailers. So this episode's going to be very different from the other ones that I've done, where I'm going to play trailers that were really impactful to me and some of the best trailers that I've seen for movies, and then just briefly discuss them before moving on to the next one. So you'll hear the trailers in the background as after I introduce them. And this is just sort of like a fun, casual episode for me. So if you're a first time listener, I hope you find this interesting. If you have listened to the show before, I hope as well that you find this episode interesting, and I'd love to hear the feedback on it. So first and foremost, the very first trailer that I'm going to be playing is going to be for X-Men Days of Future Past. So I'm going to get right into it.
What's the last thing you remember?
I remember seeing this and being so let down by X-Men The Last Stand. I was so excited to see this, to watch the original cast have their swan song, and man, did this movie turn out just amazing. It's my top comic book movie of all time. Just seeing looking at it right now, watching Charles and Magneto back together, Patrick Stewart, Ian McKellen, just unbelievable. Watching the new cast that took over being able to interact somewhat with Logan, and that scene between Charles and, well, both Charles, between McAvoy and Stewart, just unbelievable. One thing I'm going to do for this episode is I am going to put all of the trailer links into the description of the episode in case anybody wants to go back and look at these. But this trailer, even though it was so good, it just did not do this movie justice. I never imagined this movie would be as good as it was. It just, such heart, such great acting, great action scenes, and really just for that original cast, for, you know, Stewart and Jackman obviously had Logan, but for, you know, the other characters, wow, just what a way to be able to come back and end, you know, fans' memories of your, you know, your version of the X-Men. You know, that movie came out May 23rd. 2014. I just like get worked up over that trailer. It's just so good. I absolutely love it. I cannot believe how great that movie turned out to be, especially considering, you know, Bryan Singer had left. You know, he had left the franchise. He had gone and done Superman Returns, which was an absolute train wreck. Again, at least in my eyes, somebody listening to this episode might really like that. And again, to each their own. But for me, it was an absolute train wreck. And to see him come back to this franchise and absolutely nail this movie spot on was fantastic. The next trailer that I'm going to play here is The Batman, and this was from the DC fandom. So here we go. Now, one thing that I particularly just can't wait for in this movie is I cannot wait for Robert Pattinson to play Batman, to play Bruce Wayne. I am a huge fan of his. I know there's people that still will sit there and say, oh, the Twilight guy. we've seen people say that with Heath Ledger with the Joker. We saw that with Gal Gadot in Wonder Woman. You know, stop judging before this movie comes out and his performance, because I think he's going to absolutely nail it.
Let's play a game.
This trailer, oh man.
Any of this mean anything to
And
you?
here's in this part right here, the first introduction and him in his costume talking to Gordon. Everything about this looks
You're becoming quite a celebrity.
just phenomenal. Dark, gritty, a guy who really wants to make a difference and is truly, truly digging into this role. I think Robert's going to absolutely nail this. The costume looks amazing to me. And here comes, you see him fighting with Catwoman. And then you get this scene right here where he absolutely beats the crap out of this guy. Couple more shots for good measure, and here's the line.
Vengeance.
I'm vengeance. Wow. Can this movie please come out like yesterday? And again, he looks an intimidating Batman. If you've ever seen any of Matt Reeves' movies, I have complete confidence in this guy. Wow, what a trailer. Cannot come soon enough. Unbelievable. Luckily, we have been able to get through some of those delays because I just cannot wait for this. The next trailer that I would like to actually do is, most of these trailers are going to be for upcoming movies. I know I did X-Men Days of Future Past, but I just love that movie. So the next one I want to do is Top Gun Maverick. And here we go. I like, listeners, again, to each their own. I like Tom Cruise. I think the Mission Impossible series is great. It's one of those ones that has gotten better over time. I really like Top Gun, and I just have a real nostalgic bone for this movie. I think it looks good, and I'm just going to let this one play for a minute. Great scene of him riding up on the bike.
Are legendary. What he has to teach you may very well mean the difference between life and death.
Whew. Some really great visuals there.
Your reputation precedes you.
I have to admit, I wasn't expecting an invitation back.
They're called orders, Maverick.
Boy, he's still hit. Boy, Tom Cruise, man, I tell you, regardless of what you think of the guy, he has got a camera presence, man. This guy oozes charisma.
Good morning, aviators. This is your captain speaking. Today's exercise is dogfighting.
2 versus 1? He's got to be kidding.
Again, a simple trailer, but man, nostalgic feels all over, goosebumps. I tell you, this could be a sleeper hit here. This looks like it could be something really good. Funny callback to the volleyball scene. Wow. Again, Top Gun Maverick. Tom Cruise reprising his role. Looks fantastic. Another one that I just cannot wait for, but another movie that was, hit by the pandemic, delays, hopefully not too much further. nothing else comes up and we get that movie when we're expecting to get it. So, wow, just so much stuff coming up in the very, very near future with so much to look forward to. Hopefully, again, by the time these movies are released in theaters, I'm really hoping that theaters are at least back to the way that they were. And, obviously not just theaters in general, there's much more going on, but hopefully we are closer to some sense of normalcy in terms of being able to go out in public. Next trailer, Black Widow. Let's go.
I've lived a lot of lives.
Movie that's long been delayed, will be released on Disney Plus for $29.99. Not sure how I feel about that.
Mistakes. Choosing between what the world wants you to be. And who you are.
Love the callbacks to the previous movies showing what she's been through on this journey.
We have to go back to where it all started. Where did you think I was all this time? We have unfinished business.
My girls are the toughest girls in the world.
I'm sorry. We had our orders and we played our rules. It wasn't real. It was real to me. To me, you were everything. Put your seatbelts on.
Uh-oh.
It's your world.
Taskmaster. This is another one. I mean, Marvel has, shown a great track record. This looks really, really, really good. She's killed it in this role. It's nice to have her back. It'll be interesting to see if we get any other surprises with this, because of the fact that it is set, obviously before Endgame, when her character was sacrificed for the Soul Stone. So I'm wondering if we'll get any other surprise appearances. Certainly there's been rumors, and they're all very interesting. But let's move on to the next trailer, which is one that's coming out very soon, May 14th, and something that I am really excited for. It's called Spiral from the Book of Saw. I know there's a lot of, people who like the Saw franchise, and I know there's maybe more people who don't like the Saw franchise or liked where it started and really thought it went downhill. Overall, I like that franchise. I thought it was very good. I thought 1 and 2 were, good movies in the sense of they had an interesting story. Jigsaw was compelling. Some of them certainly went downhill. I do like Saw 5 a lot. Jigsaw, I wasn't a huge fan of, but something about somebody different completely taking over this franchise and how they're going to make it like a legacy series, so to speak. Spiral is very, very interesting to me. We don't have a long time to wait for it. So let's get into Spiral and let's hit this trailer.
They took everything from me. My family. But I'm gonna make it right. No remorse.
But first, we're gonna get a word from the advertiser here. So here we go.
This package just came in.
Again, a simple trailer here. It's very simple, but it makes you think, how is this connected?
Hello, Detective Banks. Do you know where your officers are?
Like, who would want to continue Jigsaw's legacy? Why would they continue Jigsaw's legacy? They don't have the voice anymore.
Jigsaw? Well, I thought the Jigsaw killer was dead.
Yep.
He is.
Frank, they're hours, not days.
How can I catch this guy? If there's nobody on the force, I can trust.
You can't do this alone.
Whoever did this has another motive. Something personal.
Exactly. What is it?
When was the last time you saw your father?
And then Samuel L. Jackson.
Jigsaw copycat. This is gonna go sideways fast.
All available units, officer down.
That was just a diversion to get us out of the precinct. I need everyone on this case. He could be anyone. He could be anyone. We're gonna tear this city apart.
Nice little picture of John Kramer. Ooh, chained up, holding the saw.
Hello, Detective Banks. When was the last time you saw your father?
Oh, wow. Again, I'm so looking forward to that. Again, somebody different taking the reins over. Very interested to see what Chris Rock is bringing to this series. Super excited for that. Super excited for the other movies. Again, Days of Future Past was one because I absolutely love that trailer. These other movies are things that I'm looking forward to. Really, really interested in some of these upcoming releases. And again, it doesn't look like we are hitting any more delays, which should be really cool. Hopefully, movie theaters are back open with good capacity and we can go and enjoy movies, again with strangers and talk about things in the parking lot. Those are some of my best experiences with certain movies was, the aftermath of the movie and people just walking out of the theater and striking up a conversation with, somebody else who went and saw that movie. And again, just realizing that a lot of the times we're a lot more connected than what we think. There's a lot more that brings us together than takes us apart. So I really hope the theaters are back up and running soon. I know they are in some areas. Again, I'm here in Buffalo for anybody that's listening. So our theaters have been closed for quite some time. They reopened for a very, very brief period of time before shutting back down. They will be opening up again very soon. So that should be interesting to see how those do. So that's going to do it for this episode. Again, something different, kind of lighthearted. You know, if you're a first time listener, thank you for checking out the show. I'd love to hear how you heard about it or what you would like to see going forward on the show or any improvements that you think could be made. If you're a longtime listener or coming back to just check out a new episode, thank you so much. Same thing though. All of the trailers will be in the description for the episode if anybody wants to check them out for yourselves. And leave comments. Let me know what you'd like to see. There's some stuff coming up that is in the pipeline for some new episodes. The 1-year anniversary of the show is April 30th, which will be a really exciting feat here. As you know, when the pandemic first hit, I started this because my job was closed down and I just did this as something to pass time, keep myself busy, and it turned into a real passion and something that I really enjoy doing. So it's cool to get to 1 year and people actually listening and downloading this. I never in a million years would have thought really that it would have transpired like this, but the show is growing. Downloads are growing. I appreciate everybody who has listened to the show, downloaded, taken time to make a comment. So continue to do so, and there'll be more stuff to come. Thank you very much.